What's in a name? Sometimes a lot. Other times you have to question what's going on in the parent's head when they pick that name out. Or what did the family used to do back in the day to earn that surname? Either way, names can be meaningful, or they can simply be absurdly funny. We've got a good mix of both in our video today. Jeff Bookaboom. The opposing team's coaches must have had a pretty simple time writing the scouting report for Bookaboom. All they would have to say is to watch out for his last name. Otherwise, you might find yourself on the other end of a boom. Garth Snow. We wonder if it was Garth instead of Jon, would he have wanted to be king and save the ending of Game of Thrones? Dick Duff. This one didn't even seem like a real name, as it gives Double D a new meaning. Mr. and Mrs. Duff should be questioned for naming their kid Dick. Harry Dick. With a name like that, he should be on every advert of Manscaped. Darren Poopa. We don't envy Darren's school years, as a crowd of little kids chanting Poopa must still haunt the poor guy's dreams. Larry Playfair. It's unfortunate, with a name like Playfair, you can't help but be nice on the ice. And we all know, nice guys finish last. Eddie Beers. Hey Eddie, beers me? How many times do you guys think Eddie's heard that corny joke? Lindy Ruff. Perhaps the most devious name combo, you hear Lindy and you let your guard down. Just for Ruff to come along and leave you flat on your back wondering how you got there as Lindy skates on by. Darren Rumble. It was either going to be a hockey rink or a boxing ring with a last name like that. John Van Boxmeer. If you see the name Boxmeer etched on the back of a jersey, take the hint and keep away from that guy. Not all took the obvious hint, as Boxmeer spent 465 minutes of his NHL career in the penalty box. Jordan Tutu. You just know you shouldn't mess with a guy named Tutu because of all the name calling he's been through already. No wonder Tutu was always on the edge and getting into fights, as he spent 725 minutes in the penalty box. Ben Lovejoy. With a name like that, he should have been hanging out with the dude from Big Lebowski rather than deal with the crushing hits on the ice. Ebby Goodfellow. Another one of those nice guy names, but we've all seen the movie Goodfellas, so Ebby wasn't fooling anyone with the nice guy routine. Bronco Horvath. Mr. and Mrs. Horvath must have been big fans of the truck. Miroslav Shatan. Although pronounced differently, this surname is spelled the same as the Antichrist moniker. You really have to wonder what your family did back in the day to get that type of last name. Dit Clapper. Her dit always led the round of applause when it came down to it. Darius Kasparidis. Kasparidis sounds more like an ailment than a last name. Perhaps someone who's afflicted with seeing Casper the Ghost everywhere. Ron Tugnut. It's a shame about the last name because he made 70 saves in a single game, but we doubt too many people are proudly wearing Tugnut jerseys. Brad Bombardier. It's a shame Bombardier and Boxmeer didn't play together. No one would have messed with that defensive lineup. Jonathan Quick. Quick was quick to win 2 Stanley Cup championships, but hopefully he was only quick on the ice for Mrs. Quick's sake. Radek Bonk. With a name like Bonk, you can guess what his best skill was on the ice. We do feel sorry for all those players that got bonked by Bonk. Hoken Lube. This one would be a perfect name for a Bond villain. Clayton Stoner. For a stoner, Clayton was really an overachiever. Bill Quackenbush. Quackenbush sounds like some exotic animal that Steve Irwin used to talk about in the outbacks of Australia. Pear Juice. Pronounced pear juice, Juice could package his last name as a new trendy diet. Bart Crashley. Crashley made a living crashing into folks on the ice. Hopefully he kept Crashley to a minimum outside of the ice. Tony Twist. An enforcer on the ice, Tony Twist could have fit right in with one of Scorsese's gangster films as an enforcer too. Rocket Power. Not just a Nickelodeon cartoon show, but Rocket Power was an actual hockey player who was active from 1900 to 1913. Rocket Power better have had a mean slap shot. Cal Clutterbuck. When you think of the name Clutterbuck, you think of some guy twirling his mustache in the 1920s or 30s. Not a hockey player from the 2000s, but hopefully Clutterbuck made a bunch of Clutterbucks in the NHL. Rob Klinkhammer. A name like that deserves the captaincy title. He'll bring the hammer down if there's ever a dispute. Harris Doofus. Well, jocks aren't known to be the sharpest tool in the shed. Jonathan Chichu. If you say this name fast enough, then you might hear someone add "bless you" after, as it sounds like you're sneezing. Grant Klitzum. He shouldn't have trouble finding it. We'd love to hear some of your favorites.